Hey, how's it going everyone? Welcome back to another video. Now I know it's been a while since I've done one of these and obviously that is my fault, but I'm trying to, get back into the swing of things, do some more tutorial videos for you all and do some stuff like that. I've been doing some stuff in the meantime, like you might have noticed all my sample packs and everything moved over to the website darkstreamaudio.com. That's my website and you can, as I said, you can go over and just have a look. And get some sample packs if you want to. There's also an FLP file up there for a complete bassline track and I'm going to try and do some more of them. And I think there's also a drum pack on the way, a UK bass style drum pack, but obviously you can use it for more than that if you want, but that's what it was like designed for. But yeah, so as I said, it's been a while since we've done one of these and it's been a while since I've opened up this project and I just had a quick listen through, and I mean if you've been listening through in the series like one after another, then there isn't going to be like a 2-month break or however long it is since I did the last one, so you can remember what it sounds like. But for the people who can't, I will just play it quickly. And then we also have this kind of drop bit that I started. So yeah, it kind of sounds alright, but this is the thing. It's supposed to... I keep hitting my mic stand, sorry about that. The reason I did this series was to kind of show like how I go about making my track, and I guess this is a good example. Like often I will start work on a track for a bit and then stop and then come back to it later, like whether that's a couple of hours or a week or a couple of weeks, whatever it is, and I'll often end up just like changing around the melodies and stuff like that. Maybe quite often I'll just get a new vocal, but I do like this vocal to be fair. But I do kind of feel like the melody's a bit boring, but it's just kind of like, what could we put over it? So what I'm going to do to pick up a new melody, so I'll just move them over there. So if we hate what I make, then we've still got them, because obviously it's better than nothing. And then we can come back at another time. What key is the track in? It's in B. Okay. So we'll make a melody starting off B. Okay, so that's the main bass sound, that's the sub. There's a pluck thing. Yeah, as I said, it's been a while since I've worked on this track because it's for the videos and I didn't want to like do stuff and leave bits out. In fact, I'll tell you what, the only thing I did change was I changed the clap to this, because I just love that clap sample. It's from a pack called the Loud Pack, which is great. I recommend it. It's not mine, but it's really good. So yeah, I'm just going to play around with these. I also reckon we could get a better sound than that. Let's see what I've got in terms of presets we can have a look through. Yeah, as I said in my previous... this is a very good pack actually. I think I mentioned this before. Pluck's already from there. But But yeah, this is a very good pack just for UK based sounds. What's it called again? Evolution of Sound Dark Bass Presets. Yeah, the problem is now I've got like the old melody in my head, so it's kind of hard to get a new one in. But yeah, in fact, I'll tell you what, I'm just going to move all of these over. So yeah, as I said, it's common for me to just completely change up and switch up and grab a new melody, because you can work with something for a while and like your ears kind of become deaf to it. Or because I've gone off this for so long, like a couple of months, and I've been practicing different things, and you kind of like can get a new style that you kind of like to work with. Yeah, maybe it'll work better if I put in a new melody here, because it's not so tied to the vocal melody. I do quite like that. The B, G, G flat. But then I reckon it needs to kind of change after that. So it's whether we do that with the with the main melody, or we add a sub bass underneath that's gonna, so we can have like a repeating melody, but the sub bass, or this kind of re-space type thing, changes to a different note, and then that, even though it's the same melody, it's like a different flavour, I guess you could say. I'll tell you what, actually, what would it sound like if we... That might sound quite cool. Yeah, that does sound quite cool, I think. And then we can change up the sub bass. Oops. The sub bass to match it. Right, what track's this on? This kind of gets a bit repetitive because it's just the same. So I reckon we can use this old boy. So we'll add a high pass filter, just kind of sweeping up from the start. So I'll press right click and then press A for create automation clip and do the same on there. And then we'll have it kind of swoop in like that and turn the resonance up to going down. Tell you what, I reckon if we move that all to there, then we can have like an intro section that's more stripped back. And I had someone, I'm gonna do the same thing that I just did with the vocal with this pluck thing, so it kind of comes in gradually. And what I'm going to do is change up the drum pattern here. A good way that you can like lead into the next section well, rather than it kind of sounding really sudden, is if you change up the drum pattern. So I have an idea in mind. I'm just not 100% sure how it actually writes it out. I think it's this. Yeah. can delete this old one because I actually like this new melody now, which obviously helps. Because if you're making a song and you don't like your own song, then you should try and change something. Like what you can do is you can look at songs that you do like, just from any UK-based artist, presuming you're making UK-based. I don't know, maybe someone's following this but kind of using it for drum and bass, but whatever. You can go and look at a song that you like, and if you kind of look at the way that they do things, like listen really critically, like the little sound effects or whatever that they put in to help make it more interesting, and the little intricacies in the drum beat, stuff like that, and then you can kind of take it and do a similar thing. Yeah, you can kind of take it and do a similar thing and then change it, obviously, to make it your own. Don't just rip them off. But that is a good way to learn, and then you can it kind of helps you become inspired by your different artists that you like, and then that will help you get your own sound, because like no music's original. All the music you make is going to be inspired by something, whether you do it on purpose or accidentally. It all just comes from stuff that you've listened to, but doing it on purpose and listening really close can really help with that. But yeah, so I reckon we need a string part here. In fact, I think there was one before, so I'm just gonna nick this. Right. I'm not the best at using flex. I like the sounds, but I've not used it very much. But I'm just looking at the envelopes, and this sound has got a really long attack, but I might be being stupid and being blind, but I don't think it's because of an envelope in here, because that's all just kind of neutral. Because I was going to say we could have it follow the melody, but if you have like a fast pluck followed by with a sound following it that's got a really long attack, it can sound kind of weird. I'll show you what I mean. Oops. So I'll press Command A, Command C to copy that, or Control if you're on Windows and you're on that sound. Command V, and then you can press Command L, and it will make all the notes go, in terms of length, go up to the next note, like they all have done. And then oh, I put it on the wrong thing. There we go. I mean, it sounds alright, but it's just because the attack's so long, it kind of drags after the note. And then if you've got like, because these notes are so close together, you'd have like the F sharp come in on the pluck, and then the G still playing on here. And I'll just show you on here, but it's called a minor second when you have two notes that are right next to each other, and it just doesn't sound nice. So I'll play it on this. I mean, you can use it quite cool in some instances, but in general, it doesn't tend to be the nicest sound. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do is just follow the bass sound that we did at the start. And again, I'll press Command L, or I guess Control L if you're on Windows, to make all these notes go up to the max length. Still got the old melody on there. Where's this bouncy bass? We can use that. We can. Right, I'm gonna rename these. Yeah, whack them on there. And that's where I'd have the build-up. So yeah, we're not using those bits anymore, so I'll just delete them. If you want a nice clean project, you can find them in there and press delete, but well, I won't lie, my projects are not normally clean. Normally a great big mess. Tell you what, I'm going to copy that special drum pattern that I did earlier with this bit and put it there. But as well, as I was saying, that helps to transition to a new section, but we also need some effects, so like some risers, yeah, mainly risers really. We've already got crashes there, so I don't think we'll need any impact sounds or anything. But Cashmere sounds really good. I think most of these are on Splice as well, so if you use Splice, which I'd highly recommend, you should be able to find these. Yeah, we want probably a medium one, I think. The short ones are too short and the long ones are too long. Put that on a track. Actually, I think that could do with a swoop down there. Is this same sound going to work here? Let's see. EQ out any unnecessary low end. Whacking a swoop down there because it's still kind of sudden, and as I said, these sweeps up and sweeps down, they kind of help transition between the sections and make them less sudden. And a nice the exhaust ones I really like, and some you can see it just there's a really loud bit at the start, that initial impact, which you might want, but if you have a sample like this and you don't want that, if you click on sample start just there, and then you can kind of drag it and it will change where the sample starts from. So yeah, you can do something like that, or you can just do that. And obviously just because of the sound, it still sounds kind of similar, but it doesn't have that initial hit, the initial transient on it. So we'll see how it sounds. I'll also put on a track because it's probably going to be stupidly loud in the mix. Tell you what, yeah, I'm not actually a big fan of this. I reckon, what have we actually got on this track? 16. Yeah, just a limiter. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to change this. I've got some cymatics packs. These often have some good pluck sounds in. Is that on one note? No, it's playing the two notes at once. For some reason doing that has made this some mental bass frequencies. But they're not very nice. So I'll just EQ'd them out. Let's tell you what, we can bring this back in. So, and then we can go into the build. Put them all on the same notes. Let's have some super generic build-up drums. I reckon a quite short build would sound good for this. I just realised I messed up all of them. Right, let's put them back down, and then, so yeah, that's the same pattern, and I only wanted to change this one, so we'll go on there, click make unique, and now we'll only change this one. Actually, yeah, I reckon, yeah, maybe a longer build. I mean, it's not ridiculously long, but it's not super short. And we can have our drop come in here. I'm probably going to change that up, it could sound better. I'm going to make this unique. So before we had the changing note there between the B and the A sharp, which kind of gave it that cool harmonic minor flavour, but we're going to put it just onto the B. Because then it shows that it's like changing and something new's coming up. And I reckon it would be quite cool if from here we just did this. And then if you're going to have a break like this just before the drop, I mean obviously it's not going to be silence, but some people do that, I guess. Could be a cool effect, but we're not going to do that for this. It works better, so you hear on this, like you get the repeats hanging over, and we don't want that, so what is that? Oops, I'm not sure what I did there. Not what I wanted to do, so we can just automate the mix level on the delay. And then we also still have this, which I will just put a gain on. And then automate the gain. Oops. Copy the value from there, paste it to there, and then make that shape. Yeah, so that's sounding alright, then obviously we're gonna, yeah, let's use the vocals in the build, because otherwise it's just kind of weird. I'm going to do generic vocal build-up. Yeah, so with generic vocal build-up, if you like this kind of thing, it's just kind of halving every so often. Like, I reckon those sound better halved. Yeah, we also have the vocal delay going over there. In fact, it's both the vocal delay and the vocal reverb that are a bit too loud for my liking there. So we can automate them both out. Just doing the same thing we did before with the others. And then what we can do here as well for a build-up is we can have the bass pattern, but we're gonna bring it in slowly. Here it is. So we can use Love Filter. Good old Fruity Love Filter. And what you can also do that's a good trick is, actually there's a couple of things I'm going to do. Well, one, I'm going to try out. So you can add a reverb on, and if you make it go from big to small, that can often sound good. There's loads of reverb to not much, and you can also automate the dry level and have it go from all wet to, or mostly wet, because that's not all the way down, to mostly dry, or all dry. Yeah, that's sounding good. There is, what was it? I can't even remember what I was going to say there. But yeah, so we also need some more rises, I reckon. Well, actually, I'll tell you what would be good is some a snare sample in the build. So let me find one. Bring up good old Splice, if it's ever going to load. Splice is a bit broken sometimes. Yeah, let's find. This one. Actually no. I reckon this one will be good. The other one was good, but it had a snare. It had a clap behind it that I wasn't a big fan of. But yeah, let's whack that on a track. Oops. Let's grab this. And we can have it doubling what the kick is playing. Playing double what the kick is playing. Apart from at the end. Actually, yeah, we will double it there. Unless it sounds stupid. Actually, no, it sounds good like that, I reckon. I'm just going to automate that up. So I can't remember if I said this before, but so obviously when you're mixing and just going along, you're going to want to be able to adjust the faders. But if you create an automation clip for a fader, then as soon as you press play, no matter where you've adjusted it to by just dragging it up and down like that, it will snap back, which obviously can be quite annoying. So when I'm automating the volume, you might have noticed, and I might have said, I can't remember, but that's why I grab a limiter and automate the gain, because it's a good way to do it without making it break. In fact, I can show it to you with this. So no matter, even if it's not on the automation, if I'll drag it down, but as soon as I press play, there you go, it snaps back up. And for some reason, even if you delete this, it still does it. I don't know why. I don't know if it's a bug, but whatever it is, it's annoying. So yeah, that's a good way to get around it. And obviously, if you didn't want it at all, you could just delete the limiter, whereas you can't just delete the fader. You could move it to another track, but if you've got effects on it, it's just a pain. But yeah, this is a good workaround. Yeah, I reckon I'm going to put this in here as well, wherever it will fit. It's got to be down there. And then there are some good, if you've got Serum, there are some good riser effects in Serum that you can use. If you can find them. Was it? I can't actually. I found some good ones the other day. I can't remember where I found them. They're in here somewhere. I just can't remember the name of them. And they don't. Uplifter. It's a bit too bassy. I don't like. This is a trick I learned from Zero. I don't like to have too much bass in a build-up. Because if you have like barely any bass in the build-up, apart from the kick, but sometimes if I think there's too much, I'll use just a snare instead of a kick. If you have little to no bass in the build-up, then it can help you have more impact in the drop. But yeah, as I said, let's find... Actually, I like this one. But I'm guessing this will... Yeah, 128. Cut that there. Whack it on a track, because, again, it will probably be stupid loud. And EQ out the low end. Oops, I want to cut that earlier. And also, I reckon we can halve these again. If you, when you've got something selected, you can just hold Shift and drag them, and it will copy it. You need to make sure you continue holding Shift while you click and drag them, obviously. And then for the vocals, I reckon we slap which. Where is it? We slap a reverb on there. Oops. And automate that. See how that sounds in the mix, although we will want to make sure it doesn't drag over the ends like how we were automating everything before. So we will do that. I think that's the bass one that I'm adjusting. Yeah. Just wanted them to come in earlier. The bass to come in earlier. reckon that's sounding good. Let's have one last listen to see how it all sounds so far. I reckon we can change that up a bit in the next episode, but obviously this one's already at 35 minutes, so I don't want to go over too long. But yeah, I reckon it's sounding good, so let's have a listen. As I said, the drop needs to be changed up. But yeah, I reckon that's all good. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. As I said, if you want any sample packs, presets, that kind of stuff, they're all in the description. Or you can just head to darkstreamaudio.com. At the moment, we have 20% off, up to 25% off everything on there. So yeah, it's definitely worth getting something at the moment. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you've enjoyed and found this useful. You can also find the other parts of this series on my channel if you've not seen them yet. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.